What's going on, everyone? Movie Game Guy here, back with part 8 of my 2017 complete horror shelf-by-shelf collection overview. And I'm just going to get right into this. This video is not ridiculously long. Last time we left off with The Omen, and now we're getting into Damien, Omen 2. Pretty decent sequel. Definitely not one of the best sequels I've ever seen, but I liked it. It was okay. I still need to get part 3. And maybe part 4, The Awakening. I don't know yet, but I definitely need to get part 3. I'm trying to get it in this kind of edition too. They really look good together, but yeah, it is what it is. It'll come in time. Next up, an older Anchor Bay Fat Pack release of Dario Argento's Opera. This is pretty cool. This is limited to 30,000, which really, in my opinion, isn't that limited. But what makes this cool is that it comes. The second disc is the original Claudio Simonetti. I think that's how you say his name, soundtrack to Opera, which is pretty cool. Very happy to have this. Awesome stuff. Love Argento. If you guys couldn't tell from my other videos, using them. Next up, Orphan. Still sealed, but I've seen this movie a bunch of times. I really, really love this movie. Some really good stuff right here, not gonna lie. Yeah, if you haven't seen Orphan, definitely check it out. Some crazy stuff. And next up, the old Shriek Show release of The Other Hell. Yeah, from Bruno Mattei. I know that Severance released the Blu-ray, but I'm fine with this. I like the movie, but not enough to upgrade. Not everything needs to be upgraded. Next up, a Midnight Movies double feature. Basically got this for The Last Man on Earth with Vincent Price. This is the only way I have that movie right now. Seen it a bunch of times, love it. And then this also came with Panic in Year Zero, which I've never seen. I gotta check it out. This is still sealed. I definitely gotta open it up sometime, but gotta love that original artwork right there. I don't know why it's not focusing, but whatever. Next up, old Full Moon cult video team release, Parasite with Demi Moore. Awesome film right here. Real creepy stuff. This dude's like harvesting like some kind of crazy parasite in his stomach. Weird stuff, but real cool. Next up, real crappy, low budget shot on video shit. Sub Rosa Studios, Peter Rottentail. Real cheesy, real stupid, but I thought it was fun. Yeah, you probably wonder where Pet Sematary, the first one, is. I got it in my last collection update. My buddy's borrowing it right now, actually. But I do have it. There's a space for it. And then I have Pet Sematary 2, which I love this movie. Absolutely love it. I love Clancy Brown in it, which scared the shit out of me. Classic stuff right here. And with the same kind of basis as the first one. Just, it's like a kid and his father moved to this, town, and they bury a dog at the pet cemetery, and then shit flies off from there. Everyone knows that story. And then next up, the older Anchor Bay release of Phantasm on DVD. I love this release. Some cool stuff. For the longest time, this was so out of print. Couldn't believe the prices this was going for, but because of those 2 box sets now, they're still a little bit up there, but not nearly as expensive as they were. Next up, the old Anchor Bay release of Phantasm 3, Lord of the Dead. Another really good one. Love this stuff. I still need to get Phantasm 4, but it is what it is. And next up, a real cool release right here. I picked this up at a Goodwill a while ago, along with that Criterion Hall. The Phantom Carriage, also with The Stroke of Midnight. I love Phantom Carriage. Still haven't checked out The Stroke of Midnight, but I'll get to that eventually. Next up, Lon Chaney and the classic silent horror film. Phantom of the Opera, great stuff right here. Still love the way the Phantom looks. It's cool shit. And the old Grindhouse, the Grindhouse DVD release of Pieces. Love Pieces, such a great movie. That one I'm definitely upgrading. I don't know whether or not I should get the Grindhouse one or the Arrow. You guys let me know down in the comments. Next up, Pinata Survival Island. This cool lenticular cover. Decent movie. Not one of the best, but definitely not one of the worst. I had fun with it. Next up, Roger Corman's cult classic, Piranha. Love Piranha. Great stuff. Joe Dante directed. Then we got James Cameron's directorial debut with Piranha 2, The Spawning. Pretty good too. Not nearly as good as the first one, but still cool. Then we got the Anchor Bay drive-in double feature of The Pit and Hellgate. Love both these movies. Definitely upgrading The Pit. I love that movie. Love The Pit. Then we got The Pit and the Pendulum. Vincent Price. Awesome stuff right here, can't go wrong. Then we got the Full Moon remake from the 90s, Pit and the Pendulum with Lance Henriksen. It also has Jeffrey Combs in it, and Oliver Reed. Just some good stuff. A Stuart Gordon film, directed film. Then we got The Plague. I got this as a gift, still haven't checked it out yet. I gotta get on that. Down a little. Next up, the Grindhouse film, Grindhouse double feature that Robert Rodriguez and Quentin Tarantino did years ago. This is Robert Rodriguez's film, Planet Terror. Great stuff right here. It's crazy gore. Next up, Clint Eastwood's, I think, directorial debut with Play Misty for Me. Real cool suspense thriller. Love that movie. I love Clint Eastwood too. Very good actor. Next up, the Scorpion release of Point of Terror. Love this release with the green case. A really cool movie. Very underrated. Real happy it finally got a Blu-ray release. Even if it's in a double feature. At least it's, out there with a better, quality. But I'm going to stick with the DVD. Next up, Poltergeist, the Tobe Hooper classic. Love Poltergeist. Who doesn't? They got Poltergeist 2 and 3. Not as good as the first one, but they're both pretty fun. I like watching them. It's the kind of thing that I watch all three in a row. I'm weird like that, but it's cool. Next up, the remake to Poltergeist. And I actually really liked this. Not as much as obviously the original, but I did like this. It was pretty good. Then next up, that's the other way around. Poltergeist, Night of the Chicken Dead, Trauma, of course. This is a 3-disc exclusive 3-disc collector's edition. And this one's numbered to 15,000. That's my number, if anyone cares. Pretty cool stuff. Really like this movie. Real wacky, great gore. Love it. Love how everyone's names are based off of fucking fast food places. It's funny. Next up, another Scorpion release right here with The Power. Real cool movie. This is something I'd love to get the poster for. Look at that art. Some trippy ass shit. Love The Power. Then we got Shakorama Cinema release of Prison of Go-Go. Real cheesy stuff right here. You got Mary Woronov and Lord Kaufman's in this for a little bit too. One of the co-creators of Troma Entertainment. Next up, Full Moon release right here, Prison of the Dead. Okay film, not anything special. Cover art's pretty cheesy, but I liked it, for what it was. Next up, Private Parts, not to be confused with a Howard Stern film from the 90s, Private Parts. This one came out in 72. It's a really creepy movie right here. Some dude's got a water-filled sex doll, I guess. I don't know how that even is pleasurable, but I'd be worried about that thing popping in my bed being all wet. Teach their own though. Good movie though. Prom Night, the old Anchor Bay release. Love this release, but my copy, the volume track is all fucked up on it. You can't hear anything. I had my TV cranked up to 100, which I never ever do. You still couldn't hear it. But I still keep it because it's the old Anchor Bay release. It's nice looking. Definitely gotta upgrade to the fucking Snaps Blu-ray sometime soon. I gotta get on that. Then we got Prom Night 3, The Last Kiss, and Prom Night 4, Deliver Us from Evil. Both cut versions of the films. I gotta pick up the third one on VHS. I guess that's the only way you can get it uncut, but it's cool to have on disc. I still need to get Prom Night 2, Hello Barry Lou. I'll come across that eventually. Next up, we got The Prophecy. Pretty cool Christopher Walken stuff from the 90s. Don't really hear too many people talking about that. Next up, sealed copy, but I've seen this movie so many times. The Prowler, the Blue Underground release. Love this film. Love The Prowler. If you haven't seen this movie, check it out. And then, sadly right now, I don't have Psycho in any disc format. I thought I did, but I don't. I have it on VHS, but that's not cutting it really. I gotta get the a disc copy, but I have the Scream Factory DVD release of Psycho 2. Got this for $3, I think, one day. Hold on, I think the price is still on it. I kept it. It's still sealed. I've seen this movie a bunch. Yeah, it was $5 with the slip. I was like, why not? Good movie. Great sequel to a classic. I love the original Psycho. And we got Psycho 3. This is the old Universal release. Pretty good movie. I really like it. Not nearly as much as I like the first and second, but it is good. And then I got Pumpkinhead, Lance Henriksen in this, and classic right here. Love Pumpkinhead. And then of course gotta have Pumpkinhead 2 Blood Wings. Another really good one. I actually really like that film. I don't really hear too many people talking about that. And then I got Puppet Master, Axis of Evil. I don't remember which number this one is, but pretty decent. Not the best Puppet Master either, but still fun. An old Anchor Bay release of Puppet Master vs. Demonic Toys. I remember when this came out on a Sci-Fi channel, and I fucking loved it. And I was so happy to get this release, and glad Anchor Bay released it out of all companies. Really fun stuff right here. I mean, all of them look real cheesy, and especially the Demonic Toys, but still fun. Next up, I got Pulse, the classic 80s film. I know this just got a DVD release. I'm still debating whether or not to spend the $5 on it or just stick with this one. This is a fine release, you know. It's not anything bad. I don't know. And next up, Python. Gotta love those Killer Snake films. Real fun right here. You got Robert Englund in this. And then gotta have Python 2 if you have the first one. Pretty decent. Not nearly as good as the first one, but I still had fun with it. They're both real cheesy, but just cool things to pop on if you just want a good laugh. Next up, Queen of Blood from Intervision. Decent film. Definitely not one of their best. It looked awesome and it sounded cool. I saw the trailer and all that too, and it wasn't bad, but it definitely wasn't what I thought it was. Still thought it was okay though. Another recent pickup from my last collection update. Older Anchor Bay release of Quicksilver Highway. 2 stories, one from Stephen King and one from Clive Barker, with a wraparound that has Christopher Lloyd in it. Pretty cool, directed by Mick Garris, of course. Then next up, Rabbit Hole, a film directed by my buddy Dr. Gonzo Boogie. Really cool stuff right here, a horror short film. Really good stuff, I love it. By these 2 dudes that go to the one of the guys' grandmother's house, and there's like a killer in a bunny mask around. Pretty cool. Real good movie right there. Check out my movie review Monday if you haven't seen this film. I have a better insight on it on that. Next up, The Rage, the unrated edition. It's the only way to have it. This movie surprised the shit out of me. I mean, it was really, really, really awesome. Andrew Divoff is in this, the guy who played the Djinn in Wishmaster. Cool stuff, man. Real cool. The Rage is sick. And another movie called The Rage was The Rage Carry 2. Another really good movie. I love this movie. Watched this a shit ton as a kid. Good stuff. Brian De Palma's Raising Cain with John Lithgow. Good movie. Definitely not something I'm like real into, but I had to have it for the collection. Still good. Don't plan on upgrading either. Just, I don't know. Next up, Rare Exports, A Christmas Tale. Very cool film right here. Moods was that one that actually got me into this thing. He was the one that talked about it, and I was like, And it looked cool. Really cool concept about Santa Claus and all that. I really liked that movie. If you haven't seen Rare Exports, definitely do yourself a favor and check that film out. Burn On Demand Apprehensive Films release of Ratman, also known as El Hamrata. Pretty cool stuff. Definitely cool. This like dude at one point was like, it says right here, starring the world's smallest man, Nelson De La Rosa. And it also comes with a short called Reaper Madness. Just cool. I just really want it for Ratman. I mean, look at that. How does that make you not want to watch this film? It's pretty cool. And then we got the older release from 20th Century Fox of Ravenous. A real good film right here. Really, really like this movie. With Guy Pearce, David Arquette. And an old Anchor Bay 2-disc release of Reanimator. Also love this movie. Just a classic. Stuart Gordon. Everyone loves this. You know, Jeffrey Combs. You got Barbara Crampton. David Gale. Just classic stuff. Bruce Abbott. Great, great film. Then we got an Alfred Hitchcock classic right here with Rear Window. Haven't seen this movie in a while. Definitely gonna check it out. But last time I remember seeing it, I loved it. Some cool stuff. It's about like voyeurism and shit. Next up, Wes Craven's Lackluster, Red Eye with Rachel McAdams and Cillian Murphy. However the fuck you say his name. It was okay. Nothing too special. I had to have it for the collection. I love Wes Craven, so the completist in me told me to get it. Plus, it was like $1. So why not? We got Red Dragon. You know, I guess the third in the Anthony Hopkins Hannibal Lecter series. The fourth one in the whole Hannibal Lecter series. Okay film. Nothing too great, but nothing too crazy either. You also got Philip Seymour Hoffman in this. Next up, a Code Red release of The Redeemer, Son of Satan. Love this movie. Really cool. Very happy to have this finally in the collection. And then we got some Trauma classic right here. Trauma Masterpiece release, Spine number 2. Redneck Zombies from Pericles Lunes. Love this movie. Really good, low budget shot and video goodness. Then we got a 5-disc Possession edition of Fred Vogel's Red Centaur. Directed by Fred Vogel and I think one of the producer, I can't remember his name, but I was real pumped by the Fred Vogel. Real cool stuff right here. Really good movie. And we got an Unearthed Films release of Regurgitated Sacrifice by Lucifer Valentine. Some fucked up shit right here. Yeah, literally just gore and puke and women just like getting like smacked around and beat. It's pretty fucked up stuff. Definitely no storyline to it, but just like your shock stuff. It's definitely right up your alley. And we got an older DVD release of The Relic. Pretty good film right here. Got Tom Sizemore in it. I liked it. And we got some Disney right here. Oh shit. Return from Witch Mountain with Betty Davis and Christopher Lee. Some really cool stuff. Love it. Definitely got to get a new case for this thing. Replace it, but yeah, some good stuff. I need to get Escape from Witch Mountain now. And then next up, Return to Horror High, the old Anchor Bay release. Really cool movie. More of like a comedy spoof. As George Clooney, and I think one of his like earliest roles, and Maureen McCormick, who played Marsha in the Brady Bunch. Pretty cool. Definitely a mindfuck of a movie. You know, you don't know if it's real or if it's fake. It's kind of wacky for sure. Then we got Return to House on Haunted Hill. A pretty good sequel to the remake. I thought it was pretty good actually. Then we got by itself, Return of the Living Dead Part 2. Sadly, this is the one that doesn't have the cool music. It's like the older release, but it is what it is. And we got Return to Nukem High, Volume 1. Can't wait for Part 2 to come out from Trauma. Love this movie. It's great stuff. Then Return to Sleepaway Camp, one that everyone hates, but I absolutely love this movie. I really do. I think I like this one more than the second one, and I'm going to get a lot of hate for that, but, you know, I really thought this was fun. Really fun movie. Real campy, pun intended. Then we got a Hammer film right here, released by Columbia Pictures, Revenge of Frankenstein. Pretty good film. I actually like it. I think this is the second one in their Frankenstein series. Curse of Frankenstein being the first from the Hammer line. If I'm right. I don't know. Correct me on that if I'm not. Stephen King's Riding the Bullet next, directed by Mick Garris. Pretty decent film right here. David Arquette being this creepy dude in this car. But pretty cool stuff. Kind of reminds me of Christine too, to be honest. The fucking car. I don't know if that was a homage or if it was a ripoff or what. But then we got the full screen, full screen edition of The Ring. I actually like The Ring. Pretty good film. And if you're wondering why there's like a space, it's in a minute. Never mind. Then we got next from VCI. This like real monster pack right here. This fat ass case of the Ripper Blood Pack, which has Tom Savini as the Ripper, Blood Cult, and Blood Cult sequel, Revenge. All pretty good cheesy films. Real low budget, but I like them. And what I was saying before was, you're probably like, why is there a space? I'm letting the same guy that's borrowing Pet Sematary, the first one, borrowing Rose Red, but I do have it. It's not here right now. Next up, Blue Diamond Phillips and Route 666. My sister gave me this years ago, and I love it. Real cool zombie film right here. Love Blue Diamond Phillips. And that was a note from this guy who hooked me up with this gem, Rumpelstiltskin on DVD. Still sealed. I don't ever plan on opening this thing up. I'm just keeping it for the collector's sake. But he left me like a note with it too. I love Rumpelstiltskin. Really cool stuff right here by Republic Pictures. This thing's long out of print. To get it sealed, it was just awesome. I mean, I have it right here. So, I mean, it's not like I can't watch it. I think it's just a collector's thing to me. I mean, I love it. It's one of the gems in my collection. Next up, Rare Flicks release of Run Like Hell. Can't really remember too much about this movie, to be honest. I definitely gotta give it another watch. I really don't remember. And next up, we got a Santa Claus by Shakorama Cinema. Pretty cheesy stuff right here with Debbie Rochon. I guess there's some killing in it, but what I really remember is just like boobs, a lot of like naked chicks, which isn't bad. Definitely not something I could watch with like the family though. Next up, Bill Goldberg and Saint Slay. Love this movie. Absolutely love it. Fran Dresser, the chick that played the nanny, gets brutal in the fucking beginning of this. I think her hair gets like torched or something, if I remember correctly. Next up, Shameless release, Spine number 23. Satan's Baby Doll. A really good film right here. Very underrated. Absolutely love this movie. By Mario Bianchi. Pretty cool. And up next, we got Retro Shakorama release of Satan's Black Wedding and Criminally Insane. Basically got this with Criminally Insane. This also has Criminally Insane 2, which is awesome. Some really cool stuff right there. Like Big Edith or whatever. Next up, the Saw films. Saw 1, which I thought was okay. Saw 2, which I really liked. Saw 3, which is decent. I liked the gore in it. We got Saw 4, which I think was it was okay, I guess. Saw 5, I didn't like too much at all. Saw 6, another one that was They were pretty decent with Saw 7, though. I really like the gore in this one. I saw films I could take it or leave them, I had to have them for the collection, and they were real cheap, but like it's definitely not something I go and watch all the time. But it's something really for my girl, to be honest. But next up, Scanners, classic David Cronenberg flick right here. Love Scanners. Michael Ironside in that. Scarce, very underrated film right here. I absolutely love Scarce. Along with Scarecrows, absolute classic. This one I definitely got to get a upgrade Scream Factory because I love Scarecrows. I didn't expect it to be as good as it really was, but I love that movie. Then we got the DVD Barrel Entertainment release of Shram. Yeah, George Butker. Crazy stuff. Crazy stuff from the guy that made Necromantic and Der Todsking. And Trauma Entertainment release of Screenplay. Love this black and white film right here. If you haven't seen Screenplay, don't mind the cover art. It's great. I absolutely love it. My Intervision release right here of The Secret Life of Jeffrey Dahmer. Classic. Love that movie. I Seed People from Full Moon. Real cheesy stuff, but it's good. The old Universal release of The Sentinel. Another really good movie. Love Sentinel. Then the crazy 2-disc release of Seven. Kind of beat, but I love this release. Love this movie based on this dude who kills these people from based on the 7 Deadly Sins. Cool stuff. Blue Underground release of this classic giallo right here, 7 Deaths in the Cat's Eye. I don't know if I'm going to upgrade to the 88 Films Italian line. Maybe. But I did like it a lot. So it wouldn't be like it's a waste of money. Wes Craven's Serpent and the Rainbow. This one I need to upgrade to that Scream Factory one. I got to really get on that. I love this movie. One of my favorite Wes Craven films. And when I don't hear too many people praise Bill Pullman and that. Real creepy stuff. Then we got Sharknado 1, Sharknado 2, the second one, and Sharknado 3, oh hell no. Don't really have to say too much about those, just cheesy like shit, but I thought they were pretty fun. They're good to just sit and watch, and turn off your brain. Ursula Andress and She, Hammer release, a Hammer production released by the Archive Collection for Warner Brothers. Still haven't checked it out yet. The Shining for Stanley Kubrick, classic. I mean, everyone knows about this movie. Sad that Stephen King doesn't really like this version. because it's not as close to his book as he'd probably like, but I thought it was real iconic. You know, Jack Nicholson, Shelley Duvall, Scatman Carruthers, you can't go wrong. And next up, Cronenberg, one of his earliest films. I think this is his first like full feature-length film, Shivers. Really cool stuff. I love Shivers. It's like an out-of-print release too. Real happy to have it. Then we got the old Anchor Bay release of Mario Bava's Shock. This is Mario Bava's last full directed film by himself, as far as I know. Maybe some might have helped him, but I don't know. Also has music from Goblin in it. Can't go wrong with Bava and Goblin. Next up, from the Shock Orama Cinema, Shock-O-Rama, a cool, cheesy, anthology film. Definitely pretty cool. Then we got another one that's a Seal, the Blue Underground. Love this Nazi, a zombie film, Shockwaves. Real cool stuff. Classic right here. Real influential, this film. If you haven't seen Shockwaves either, do yourself a favor and check it out. A snow slasher right here, Shredder. Pretty cool movie. Not one of the best, but I thought it was fun. Good to watch around like wintertime. Then we got another full moon release right here with Shrunken Heads. About these kids that get killed and they come back for revenge as shrunken heads. Pretty cheesy, but what do you expect from Full Moon? Next up, Silence of the Lambs. Classic right here. I'm probably going to upgrade to the, well, not upgrade, but get the Criterion release and, 86 this one. But I love Silence of the Lambs. Really good. Probably my second favorite in the Hannibal Lecter series. Manhunter being first, of course. Then we got the mid-Anchor Bay logo release of Silent Night, Deadly Night. The uncut and uncensored version, I guess. Real cool stuff. Great film. Love it. And this just recently got Silent Night, Deadly Night triple feature of Part 3, Better Watch Out, Part 4, Initiation, and Part 5, Toy Maker. Haven't seen any of these yet. I'm going to wait until Christmas time. Still got to get Part 2, which I'll get eventually. Definitely before Christmas, I know that. And next up, the remake Silent Night, which is okay. Nothing too great. It does have Malcolm McDowell in it, but I don't know if that saves it or not. Check out my not movie review Monday. Check out my 13 Days of Christmas review on that I did last year. If you want more information or my opinion at least on it. Next up, Silent Rage, Chuck Norris. Pretty good film right here. I know this just got released on Blu-ray in a double feature, but I love this cover. Love this release. Used to watch this a lot on VHS when I was a kid. Probably my favorite thing Chuck Norris did. Next up, Stephen King's Silver Bullet. Don't like this cover too much, but love the film. Corey Haim and Gary Busey. Real cool stuff about a werewolf. Obviously, Silver Bullet. Next up, Bridget Fonda and Jennifer Jason Leigh in Single White Female. Love this movie. Pretty creepy stuff. It could happen to anyone that rents out the place. Next, 3 films set right here. 6 Degrees of Helter Skelter, the Ted Bundy story, and the Boneyard. All about these serial killers. Pretty cool stuff. This one and the Boneyard, the Helter Skelter and Boneyard are documentaries, and the Ted Bundy story is just like a movie. I don't know if it's a made-for-TV movie, but it's pretty cheesy. Still fun, though. Next up, the Image release of Skeeter. This thing is long out of print. I'm glad I got it for like $1.50. Real cool film right here about killer mosquitoes. Love insect horror. Next up, Slaughter High. Classic right here. This one needs to get way more love. I don't think it has a Blu-ray right now. It needs one. Pretty cool stuff. Carolyn Monroe. I hear some good Sean video. Goodness. Intervision's release of Sledgehammer. Love Sledgehammer. Real good film. And then we got another underrated film right here, Sleep Stalker. Really cool stuff. Kind of like The Sandman. Pretty cool. Next up, Stephen King's Sleepwalkers. I love this movie. So many cameos in this. It was directed by Mick Garris. I love Sleepwalkers. Slither, the DVD release. I'll probably be upgrading for sure, because it's the full screen one of the Scream Factory when it comes out. But love this James Gunn film. Real creepy. One huge fat bitch in it. Just crazy. And then last up for this shelf, in this video, Unearthed Films release of Soul Torture Puke Chamber, the third in the trilogy of Vomit Gore trilogy by Lucifer Valentine. Pretty fucked up right here, you know. This is to like do with, like, you know, a baby getting dismembered, put in like a blender, I guess, and then like drinking and puked up, and using the limbs to like puke up shit. I don't know, it's just weird, crazy stuff. Not for everyone, but if you like that kind of shit, check it out. But yeah, that'll do it for part 8 of my complete horror collection overview for 2017, shelf by shelf. Thanks guys for watching. Give a thumbs up if you guys like this video. Leave a comment down below and let me know what you guys think. And subscribe if you haven't already. It's always appreciated. And I'll talk to you guys in a little while. Take it easy.